In today's video, we're taking a look at how to clean your air conditioner easy and simple. This is so easy, anyone could do everything that we use on the video. We're going to leave a link on the description. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. That does help us out a lot. Thank you. So you woke up today and noticed that your bed has turned to a water bed. It's not the time to get up and you feel like something's crawling through your skin, but you notice it's just sweat. 2 blocks away on a bus ride that never ends because it has air conditioning. But we got your back. Always remember to contact your licensed professional when doing pro work. And the maintenance tips that we're going to see on this video today can help extend the life of your air conditioner, but also at the same time may help it to run even better. The first pro tip is replacing your air filter on a schedule or when needed. In our case, we like to change it every 30 days. If you never change your air filter, we have a video on how to figure out the size of the air filter as well as how to install the air filter and replace it. We'll leave links on the description. Our second pro tip is verifying that your floor vents or ceiling vents for your air conditioner system are not dirty or clogged. We also have a video on how to replace the register vents and also on how to measure to get the correct size. We'll leave links on the description. Another pro tip, verifying the batteries on your thermostat or replacing them for new ones can go a long way. We also have videos on how to replace your thermostat. We'll leave links on the description. On our next tip, you want to verify the lines coming in or coming out from your condenser unit outside to see if you need to add insulation or replace the existing insulation. Remember that this insulation being outside against the weather, the conditions, animals, insects may deteriorate with time, or a squirrel might have taken it to make its home. Be safe out there, be safe. And our last pro tip, at least once a year or every 2 years, we want to clean our outdoor unit. And if the DIY list is not long enough, this is the same concept as giving maintenance to your water heater once a year. We want to drain it. You can even put them on the same day, so you know that day it's gonna be a rough one. If you want to see how to drain a water heater, we'll leave links on the description. And because safety is the #1 thing, you always want to remember to use protective gear like eye protection, a mask, gloves when using harsh chemicals. And that's why the first thing that you want to do is turn off the breaker for your condenser unit. This can be an actual breaker or a remove and pull breaker located next to the unit or on the main breaker. And we do this because the last thing you want on a day that you already sweated, couldn't sleep, and it's hot outside is to die. If you have a pull-out breaker, we want to place that to the side or somewhere where it won't get wet. And now that we filled your brain with data, we're ready for the first step, and that's verifying that we're looking at your condenser unit and not the neighbors. We want to do a physical inspection, verify if there's any debris on the outside of the unit and remove it, or overgrown grass, weeds, anything that may impede air circulation. Now that we know that the condenser unit outside is in your home and it is yours, we want to go ahead and remove the top. This is what's going to give us access to the interior of the unit. And remember, your particular unit may look different from this one, but the technique is the same. We just want to locate all the screws that hold the top in place. A pro tip, when removing the screws, you can use a drill, but when placing the screws back, we like to use a regular screwdriver because we don't want to strip the screw hole when reinserting them. And now that this became rated R, another pro tip, always remember to save the screws because of inflation. The last thing you want at the end of a job is to have screws left over that you don't know where they go. Always remember the ancient rule passed down generation to generation of lefty loosey, righty tighty. In this particular system, we have 5/16 hex head screws, but as you can see, these can also be removed with a flathead screwdriver. Once all the screws are removed, this is where you want to call in Watson. Having a helper goes a long way. And remember, when removing the top that is connected to the fan, it does have wires that go in the system, so we want to gently pull it up because we don't want to pull the wires and go from a small job to a big job. In this particular case, the wires don't go that long, so we're going to rest it in a corner making sure that we're not hitting anything else. You can choose to hold this yourself at the corner, meanwhile you clean the system, but in our case, we're gonna have Watson there on 100-degree weather, hold the fan, meanwhile we do this operation. And now you've done it. You broke your HVAC system. I mean, we found the bed where we go when our partner or spouse kicks us out. I mean, wrong video. So basically what we want to do is destroy the doghouse. I mean, we want to gently clean and remove any debris, dirt, grime on the system without damaging anything else. And because we don't know how people reach in there, in this particular case, we're going to use a shop vac. And as you can see, you can already tell the difference. A pro tip, we want to make sure that the draining holes at the bottom are clean, because not only when we place our cleaning solution, it's going to help clean out the bottom, but also it's going to have an escape route after the attack. And by doing this simple test, you can see how dirty your condenser unit is. We just take a LED work lamp light or the flashlight of your cell phone, you can easily see any debris, gunk, or grime on your condenser unit. And now comes the 1-2 punch. So for this second line of defense, we're gonna spray our condenser unit coils with a self-rising coil foaming cleaner that is gonna provide you the maximum cleaning power to get those coils clean. And what this heavy-duty cleaning detergent does, it expands, pushing the debris out or clinging to the debris, so when we spray it down, it would easily come off. We want to make sure that we get every nook and cranny, and for this particular unit, we use 2 cans. We'll leave links on the description of the video. And one crucial step to this process is we want to let it foam for a minimum of 5 minutes to 10 minutes, meaning in the time that you go in, get that liquid, bubbly, gold bottle of water, it'll be like 15 minutes. Meanwhile, that time, we want to have our garden hose ready with a sprayer attachment and have it dialed in on the shower option. Another pro tip, we don't want to use a pressure washer or have our hose attachment on the jet function, because this may damage the fins on the unit. If you notice you have any bent fins on your unit, you can always use a fin repair tool to straighten them, or contact your licensed professional for pro work. And now that we woke up from the lazy chair because we just remember that Watson is still holding the fan and it seems like it's hot out there, we're ready to remove the detergent from our unit. And the technique that we want to use is a up to down movement. So we can do this from left to right, right to left, but always starting from the top. Or we can use movements as starting from the top and going to the bottom, and then go all around until we finish removing all the cleaning solution. A pro tip, always remember to only spray the condenser coils and try to avoid any electrical connection, because even though the system is made for outdoor use, there's an old saying in the DIY world, removing a simple screw can sometimes take 2 hours. And what we think that means is sometimes life doesn't go as planned. So playing defense instead of offense, you get what I mean, grasshopper. As you can see, what the water does, even at this low pressure, is push out any debris, grime, gunk, or dirt located on the outside of the unit, pushing it out. So that's why sometimes only cleaning from the inside of the unit out goes a long way. On a future video, we'll show how to remove the outside cover to clean the outside fins. But as you can see, by the pressure from the inside, it just pushes out anything on the outside. And lastly, what we want to do is rinse out the outside of the unit. This is going to help remove any small percentage of debris, gunk, or grime that was still clinging on there. Even though that usually we go for the underdog, in this case, we don't want them to win. As you can see, we repeat the test using our LED work lamp, or you can use a flashlight, and you can see that it is way cleaner than before. Some of them even shine. And now you've done it. Not only is broken, but it's clean. And now what we're basically going to do is reverse engineer our way to glory. We're going to make sure that we align the fan and place it correctly. Remember, you don't want to overextend the wire and go from a small job to a bigger job. Watson is going to be relieved sleeve of this part, we go ahead and align the screw holes from the top to the unit. And now a pro tip, when placing the screws back, we want to use a screwdriver and not a power tool. Even though it's going to take a little bit more, it's going to guarantee you that the threads are not messed. And you don't want to mess with the threads because you swore on this job that you're not going to have any screws left over. And we mean that. Once the screws are tight, we're ready to place our breaker back or turn it on and turn on our thermostat and admire our handiwork. Now you've done it. You can pat yourself on the back for a job well done. You become an air master, a cooling giant of your neighborhood. Don't forget, if you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. That really helps. If you have any questions, place them in the comment section below. Either someone on the StatUpBox team or someone on the YouTube community can help you out with an answer. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us on social media. Thank you for watching, and here's a link to our latest video.